Let me ask you this. What if the one thing holding you back from greatness is the very thing you've been given to change the world? That's right, today, we're talking about something most of us overlook, the gifts inside us that we haven't fully tapped into. Gifts that are just waiting to be fanned into a flame. In 2 Timothy 1 verse 6, Paul says something profound to Timothy, something that's not just meant for him but for all of us. I remind you to fan into flame the gift of God. It's a reminder that each of us has something inside, a talent, a purpose, a calling, and like a small flame, it needs to be nurtured and fanned if we want it to grow into something powerful. But here's the truth, life happens. We get busy. We get discouraged, and sometimes, we forget that there's greatness inside of us, waiting to be unleashed. And I get it, life has a way of dimming that flame. So today, we want to help you reconnect with that spark and show you how to fan it into a roaring fire that can change not only your life but the lives of those around you. Let's start with Timothy. He was young, a new leader, and full of potential, but he was also battling fear. Think about it, he's got this massive calling, yet he's uncertain, maybe even feeling inadequate. Paul writes to him not to criticize but to remind him that he already has what it takes. He doesn't need to look outside for more, everything he needs is already inside him. Now, that's something we can all relate to, right? How often have you found yourself doubting your abilities, thinking maybe you're not ready, or maybe someone else could do it better? But here's the thing, that gift is already in you. It's been there all along. You just need to fan it. So why don't we fan it? What holds us back from fully stepping into our gifts? For some, it's fear. For others, it's the pressure of daily life, bills, jobs, family, responsibilities. Or maybe it's self-doubt, the idea that your gift isn't that special. But let us challenge that thinking for a moment. What if the very thing you're dismissing as insignificant is the key to your purpose? Here's a little-known story from the Bible to illustrate that, Shamgar. Ever heard of him? He's mentioned in just one verse in the book of Judges, Judges 3 verse 31. Shamgar was an unlikely hero. He wasn't a warrior, and he didn't have a sword. But when his people were threatened, he stepped up, with nothing more than an oxgoad, a farming tool, and defeated 600 Philistines. One man. One tool. No experience. And he saved an entire nation. Now, let me ask you, what's your oxgoad? What tool, talent, or gift are you overlooking because it doesn't seem like enough? Shamgar didn't wait until he had the perfect weapon, he used what he had, and it was enough. So, what's in your hand right now? What's that skill or passion you're undervaluing? Let's bring it into modern times with Shernit's story. Shernit is a mother of two, working full-time in a job she's good at but doesn't love. For years, she's had this idea, she's passionate about helping people improve their health through nutrition. She has a dream of starting her own health coaching business, but life keeps getting in the way. The flame of that dream flickered for years, but it never fully went out. One day, she decided enough was enough. She didn't wait until everything was perfect, she didn't have a fancy office or a huge following, but she had knowledge, a desire to help, and a phone. She started small, offering free advice to friends and then posting tips online. One thing led to another, and today, she's running a thriving business that helps hundreds of people transform their lives. What changed for Shernit? She stopped waiting for the perfect time and started fanning her gift into flame with what she had. She recognized her talent, and she nurtured it. Let's go back to the Bible for another story. You've heard of Moses, but have you heard of Bezalel? Probably not, right? Bezalel is mentioned in Exodus 31. He wasn't a prophet or a warrior, he was an artisan, a craftsman. God chose him to design and build the tabernacle, one of the most important structures in Israelite history. His gift wasn't preaching or leading armies, it was creating beauty. And God called him to use that gift in a way that served an entire nation. Now, think about that. A craftsman. An artist. Someone whose work with his hands left a legacy that lasted for generations. How often do we overlook creative gifts? Maybe you're an artist, a writer, a musician, and you think, what can I really do with this? But like Bezalel, your gift has the potential to build something that serves people in ways you can't even imagine yet. So how do you fan into flame the gift of God that's within you? Here are 3 practical tips. 1. Acknowledge your gift. The first step is simple but profound: recognize that you have a gift. It might not look like someone else's, but that's because it's yours. Whether it's leadership, creativity, empathy, or problem solving, identify and embrace it. 2. Take action, even when you're not ready. Timothy wasn't fully confident when Paul told him to fan his gift into flame, and neither was Shamgar when he grabbed that oxgoad. You don't need to be 100% ready, you just need to start. Like Shangar, take the first step with what you have. It doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be in motion. 3. Feed the flame. Once you start, don't stop. Feed that flame by developing your gift. Read, practice, take courses, and connect with others in your field. Your gift is like fire, it needs consistent fuel to keep growing. The more you invest in it, the brighter it will burn. Here's the thing, your flame can die out. Just because you have a gift doesn't mean it will automatically reach its full potential. It's your responsibility to nurture it, to protect it, and to use it. Don't wait for perfect conditions, and don't let fear hold you back. Think of the lives you could impact if you fully embraced your gift. So, what's the gift that you need to fan into flame? We want to hear from you. Share your story in the comments below. What's that passion or talent that's been sitting dormant, and how are you going to bring it to life? Let's inspire each other. If this message resonates with you, don't keep it to yourself. Please share it with someone who might need the reminder. Hit that like button, and subscribe to our channel. Let's build a community where we encourage each other to use the gifts we've been given.